Hello friends, welcome to Simple Technical Solutions. Today I'm going to show you how to explode objects in Blender. Blender has a built-in system to break apart and scatter meshes using particle systems and modifiers. This is great for visual effects like destruction, abstract art or motion graphics. In this video, we will cover how to tweak the settings perfect for quick explode in Blender. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's get started by adding our mesh. And for the object to explode, I'm not choosing the default cube because it's way too much simple, and instead we could go for something more complex like a monkey. And this monkey is perfect for exploding because it is quite complex in geometry and it also has a lot of subdivisions. So we can get better results just at the initial setup. Now let's go ahead and give the quick explode effect to this mesh. And for that we just go to object and then we just go to quick effects and there we select quick explode. If you play the animation, you can see that it's already set up with some modifiers and particle systems. Now we just need to tweak some more settings to get better results. And for that we just go to this particle properties, and there you increase the number of particles to like something 500, and you see we don't really see much changes, but the main changes will come if you go to velocity and increase the normal speed to 100. This normal is not actually just the word normal, it refers to 90 degrees or perpendicular. And if you see that it's really extreme in the effect, so let's reduce it to something like 10. I think the results will be better, and yes, this is a lot more realistic. But our object looks like it just crumbles and it originates from nothing, so it just explodes just like that. For fixing that, we can just add here something like a bullet that goes into it and it explodes. But for that we have to delay our animation, and we do that by a perfect frame start. Let's give the frame start at like 50, and on 50 keyframes our object explodes. Now just at this 50 keyframes we need something to hit our object, but we know that it is not actually going to make this object explode, but still we have to show it like that just to add some logic. I think our animation is getting way too much late, so let's make our animation start at 7 frames. But this is taking way too much time, so let's also end this at 7. Now this is a lot better. So the lifetime of the particles, let's keep it as 43 for this, and our animation looks decently good. Now let's go ahead and work on the other aspects of the scene, like an artillery bullet that can strike this mesh. For the bullet, let's just go to Blender Kit and search for bullet, and I hope I will get some good results. And I think this old artillery bullet is good for this. Let's move our Suzanne a little bit, and this looks good. Now if you play the animation, you can see that we just need to give some animation to this bullet so it looks like it's striking the Suzanne. Let's just insert a keyframe here of its current location, and at let's say 35 frames we will make this go through the Suzanne to a different location. Now here's how it looks, and it actually looks like it's striking the object perfectly. Now let's go ahead and add some other things in our scene that will actually make this animation possible, like the cameras, lights and HDR. Let's add the camera by pressing Shift A and camera. Now let's position the camera around this angle by Shift Alt 0. This place looks good, and it looks like it's actually striking the Suzanne as well. Now, just to make this look a little better, we can copy this Suzanne and we can add a wireframe modifier to the copied one. And now this looks really good. Now let's add some lights. And for the lights, I've added these two area lights. Now if we see our scene in rendered view, you can't really see much because this is in EV. So let's switch the engine to cycles, and our animation has become significantly more realistic. Since we really need an environment, I am going to add an HDR from Blender Kit. This one looks really good. Now our scene looks really good and realistic. Now you can go ahead and render this scene in any way you want. So that was all for today. Hope you liked this video and learned something new. Thanks for watching.